How to be confident around girls if you are shy. It may feel like it is practically impossible to avoid being shy around girls, particularly when you find yourself standing in front of a girl who is exceptionally stunning and you are at a loss for words. However, once you come to the realization that you do not always have to say the correct thing and that all you need to do is show a genuine interest in the person you're talking to, you will be well on your way to having a pleasant and simple conversation with any girl you choose to chat to. Dating can be challenging for introverted men. The quiet type will always struggle with uncertainty and lack of confidence, in contrast to the extroverted type, who can put themselves out there with ease and style. The following advice is intended for all reserved men who are interested in improving their game. If you want to get the most out of these recommendations, you'll need to break out of your routine and be more receptive to new experiences than you normally are. It's okay if you're shy, but if you don't want to come out of your comfort zone, this post won't help you too much. Number 1. Act confident. Having self-assurance is essential. Now, we are aware that you are timid, and being confident isn't exactly something that comes naturally to you, but you'll never know unless you give it a shot, right? We are aware that this is not something that comes as easily to you as it does to some other guys, but in order for the dating thing to succeed, you will need to break through a glass ceiling. If you are not abstaining from alcohol, one of the simplest and most reliable workarounds is to drink 2 or 3 shots of vodka whenever you feel your nerves beginning to fray. After that, you should merely talk to people and appear like you're interested in what they have to say, even if it requires you to adjust your ego. Number 2. Don't be afraid of getting rejected, and go say hi. This line of thinking is a certain way to ruin a date. What are your plans if things don't go as planned? What if she declines the offer? What if people look at me strangely? As a result of the fact that all of these negative ideas have the potential to spoil your night out even before it gets started, it is extremely important for you to make sure that you have your priorities straight. Don't give it too much thought. Just go for it because it's fine even if she declines the offer. And let's be honest, you weren't going to get anywhere until you actually made an effort, were you? Number 3. Turn on the charm and make her laugh. The majority of guys are actually closet comedians who just don't like to let their guard down too quickly with new people. If you possess this talent, you have absolutely nothing to worry about because it's a well-known fact that women enjoy striking up a discussion with men who can make them laugh. Self-deprecating humor is a great technique to get the conversation started since it shows the other person that you are comfortable enough in your own skin to poke fun at yourself. Number 4. Listen to what she says and try to add on your experiences. Inquire about what she is saying and show that you are genuinely interested in what she has to say. It's possible that there's a tale to be told about the scent or the jewelry that she's wearing. Faking it is a surefire way to derail a perfectly balanced evening romance, so avoid the temptation to do so. Instead, tell each other your own tales and discuss topics that you have in common. Number 5. Play hard to get. When contacting someone, this should not be the first step that you take. It is a last-ditch effort that should only be attempted if all other options have been exhausted. If you are with a group of people, it is important to engage in conversation with all of them rather than focusing solely on the individual who you hope to wind up with at the end of the evening. Compliment her in an appropriate amount that will keep her interested. It is best not to flirt with the other women in the group because doing so will send her confusing signals and make her want to investigate other possibilities. Number 6. Be nice and compliment. Men who are nice and thoughtful are attractive to women. Give her a compliment on her choice of attire, and give her something to drink. It is always wonderful to pull out a chair for the girl that you admire and want to spend the evening with. Chivalrous men are a fading species, and it is always nice to do so. Number 7. Don't be hesitant to ask her for a second date. After an enjoyable evening together, you may find yourself driving her back to her apartment if all goes according to plan. And when you do, make sure you don't screw everything up by asking her out on another date at some point in the future. Tell her that you liked spending the evening in her company and that you would love to continue the chat sometime next week when you think it would be convenient for both of you. Number 8. Getting in the right mindset. Remind yourself that a lot of girls feel uncomfortable with boys too. Remembering that it's possible that the girls are just as terrified about talking to you as they are about talking to other guys is one method to prepare yourself for talking to girls. This is one way to prepare yourself for talking to girls. On the outside, many females may appear to have everything under control and may even give the impression that they aren't shy or uncomfortable in any way, but on the inside, many girls are nervous about talking to boys as well. If you are more aware of the fact that every female and guy is hesitant about talking to people to some level, then you will be less self-conscious about talking to girls. This is because every lady and guy is shy about talking to people to some extent. Number 9. Just pretend that you're talking to one of your friends. You might think that chatting with your best friend is completely different from talking to the cute girl in your grade, but if you stop worrying so much about everything having to be perfect, you'll see that talking to the cute girl in your grade is actually not that different from chatting with your best friend. You will need to think of topics to discuss, make the other person laugh, tell about something fascinating that happened to you over the weekend, and so on. You will be able to fall into a natural pace of discussion if you are able to relax and stop trying to sound so impressive. It will be quite similar to the pace of talk you would have with a close friend. Number 10. Don't try too hard to impress them. It can come across as desperate if you put too much effort into trying to impress the girl you are chatting to. It's understandable that you'd want to brag about how great you are at soccer or share your aspirations to become a doctor with her, but keep in mind that conversations of this nature tend to drive some women away. You are free to talk about the things you enjoy, but there is no need to boast about them. And even if you know how to juggle or do a backflip, this topic can come up naturally in some way. However, you do not need to demonstrate your talents to the girl right then and there in order to wow her. If you spend enough time with the girl, she will notice whether or not you possess any skills or talents, provided that those skills or talents exist. However, in the beginning, you should refrain from praising yourself too much and instead let her discover your greatness on her own. Confident men who don't come across as cocky are more attractive to women. You want to convey that you are content with who you are without coming across as though you are the most amazing human being on the face of the earth. Number 11. Give them a compliment. Complimenting a female is an easy method to break the ice and start a conversation when you're nervous about approaching her in the first place. Maintain an honest and straightforward approach. It is not necessary for you to inform the girl that she is the most beautiful girl at your school. Simply tell her that you enjoy the color of her clothing, that her new haircut looks beautiful, or that her jewelry is truly unusual. These are all compliments that she will appreciate hearing. You might also commend her smile or her sense of humor. However, it's not necessary to go too personal at this point in the conversation. Compliments of a simple kind demonstrate to a girl that you are paying attention to her and that you care about her. You are not required to begin the conversation with a compliment, but you may choose to do so if the female seems uninterested in what you have to say. Compliments should be used sparingly because they may come across as insincere if you don't truly mean what you say. That's it for today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons to enjoy more videos. Thanks for watching.